Let's see if I can place this mic in a better spot. Alright, should be good. I have my monitors in a very weird setup today. Good morning, Brady. Good morning, King Carnage. Good morning, Mighty One. I have not shared the link around to the stream yet, so if you're in here, you're an actual real one. How are y'all doing now? Good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning, Eric. How you doing? I guess I'll go share the link around now. And I'll give it a few more minutes. I was just trying to chill. I didn't want to have to talk a bunch before the market opened. I'm ready to go, though. Feel great. Hope you guys are feeling good as well. Got my watch list made. Got everything going. All the levels are set. Only thing I haven't really adjusted yet is the sectors. Maybe we can chart that real quick. We'll draw from here to this day's open. Extend it over a couple days. Go from here to the there. So there's our tech chart. You can see they've already broken support. Basically at open, we're looking for them to either get a buy reaction into here and retest to break lower. They can get a buy reaction to break into this, try to build higher. Maybe, you know, get a good retest above to show control first, then a launch. If they don't, then they'll just launch, of course. Or we'll just get a breakthrough pre-market low. Who knows? We don't touch it at all. Who knows? Looks like important level here at 131. The peak here at 132, 132.15. Important to the upside for healthcare. Banks are all over the place. They had I think a lot of charts kind of grinded up Monday. I really didn't look at much Monday. But it looked like we had a nice grind up day. Alright, so I really won't need to chart half of that. SPY getting a buy reaction right before the open. Looks like that's coming from comms, energy, not much else. I'm sure tech will open like right here or something. But yeah, nice buy reaction right at the open. Or right before the open. I keep saying at the open. Apple getting bought up a little bit. AMD, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon. Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably a combining effect of multiple sectors doing that to make that candle appear on SPY like that. Pre-market really isn't that important in terms of like watching it or trying to trade it, guys, because you have to understand not as many people have access to it and there's not as much volume in it. So it's important in terms of like drawing like the high and low of it, maybe even the mid of it sometimes, depending on the range. But it's not an everyday thing that you need to be, you know, super focused on watching like these candles. Like you shouldn't be going off patterns from pre-market or patterns, you know, anything from pre-market really. It's really just the levels you want to use for it. Of course, your more important levels are going to be your previous day levels because those levels have volume on them. If I'm grabbing a yesterday's open or a yesterday's low or anything like that, I'm grabbing a level that was traded within the open market. So there's going to be a lot of volume there compared to your pre-market candle where there's not much there. Any amount of liquid in the market during open market could destroy whatever happened there. So just keep that in mind. I always see people like, oh my god, did you see that wick in pre-market? Oh my god, this and that. It's like, okay, this could literally get ruined in the morning. You know, we see this all the time. So I guess what I'm really trying to say to you guys is don't be so surprised when things reverse or when things don't reverse. You know, it's a definite scenario that's possible. You know, it doesn't have to happen every time. It doesn't have to get the greatest breakout every time. You're not going to get that every time. So get used to that. Good morning, everybody tuning in. Good morning, Daffy. Good morning, E. Hope you had a great 4th of July as well, boss. Thank you for saying that. Good morning, Wag. Good morning, David. And again, Wag here with another awesome message. He said, cool, another month of being a part of this awesome YouTube community and getting some bombular content. So he's been a member for 4 months. That's crazy. That is crazy, Wag. And seriously, don't, I'm like, from a legit criticism point of view, how has the YouTube membership been? Have you gotten enough videos that make it seem like, oh, okay, he actually gives a shit, or does it feel like there's not enough content? Have you had time to go through it all? Have you not had time? Whatever. Let me know, how has the YouTube membership treated you? I'm gonna start sharing the link though. If you guys are in here on your own, you're a real one, because I have not shared the links yet. I just saw it was being posted in chat. That's funny. We're like memeing Shane because he was talking shit about my my news bot. That's funny. All right. Stream for today. Good morning, Teresa. Daffy said, honestly, I want people to review the videos you post. Facts. Wag says, content has been prime. It's been a lot of content, can't even keep up, but it really does show you care a lot, B. Thank you. That's really what I was wanting to hear. I wanted a genuine comment. Is there enough content there? Because I sit there and I think that there isn't, but then you guys sit there and tell me you haven't even had a chance to go through half of them. I'm like, damn. I'm over here thinking I'm not serving you enough. So good. Good morning, Maxon. Always happy to see your name pop up, man. One way to get better is by listening and reviewing. Facts. Again, it's crazy too. Like, everyone always thinks, oh, I need to spend more money on the markets, or I need to trade more. Like, no, that's not always the case. You don't always need to practice more in that sense. You could also review more, visualize more, like we always love to preach in here. Who's to say you have to apply real money to the markets to get good, effective practice out? You don't need to do that. Of course, up to you at the end of the day. Who cares? But overall, really good to practice, review, visualize, have a set system, a set consistent routine. Give yourself this set routine again, so you can have consistency in your routine. Because if you are doing this one week, another week, and this another week, and if you're doing different things every other week or even every other month, that's just not enough. I don't know. It's just not enough consistency in your routine to give you anything. You're going from one thing to another and expecting great results. It's like, no, it's going to be a rough patch. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Lilit. Always happy to see you beautiful people in here. Oh, what? Yo. Okay, did anybody see that? Did anybody see what just happened? I just said beautiful people, and then the very next message posted after that was definitely after I said that. I watched it pop up. He says, hello, beautiful people. Okay. Another ninja can literally see the future. On my screen, I had not seen it yet. On my screen, it had not popped up yet. I had already said it. An entire, couple seconds went by. Oh my god, that's crazy. It is true, though. No, you're right. It's not random. It's true. Good morning, Ben. Sorry, that freaked me out. I mean, I literally almost said word for word what you just typed, and then you typed, sure, it was same time. But yeah, we got FOMC today. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking for more downside as we get closer to that. That'll be later on in the day. What time is FOMC at? I think I read 4 or 3. Let me go look again. Oh no, that was the Fed president. That was at 4 p.m., 3 p.m. my time. Fed minutes are at 2. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's been the same time every time. I don't think they've changed anything like that. Yeah, 2 p.m. Eastern. Thank you, Daffy. Now, if I could use those skills for the market, take your time, another ninja. You know, and that's another thing, like, is it really fair for you to say that you should be growing right here, right now? No, that's not up to you. You know, that takes time. I mean, I guess it is up to you, but you know what I mean. You know, are you here every week? Do you draw your levels? Do you redraw them? Do you maintenance your chart? You know, and then on the other hand, do you review those levels? Do you review how the stock broke through? Do you plan things beforehand? Do you watch them during, and then do you review them afterwards? Is really what I'm getting at. You know, do you do all that? Because if you don't, then should you really be growing? You know, that's really my question. And I'm not saying this to another ninja. I'm saying this to everybody. You make Daffy draw your levels. Make him come over and say, all right, draw this. Draw the TI routine, damn it. Good morning and happy Economic News Week Wednesday, team. What's up, Sandollar? It is a little weird seeing you guys for the first time and it being Wednesday. I will say that. It's going to be a really weird week when we get to Friday. Good morning, Chef. Good morning, Creator. Good morning, Peoples. I forgot about that, too. Like, we're seeing each other for the first time again, and it's Wednesday of a week. We have not talked since Friday of last week. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. Highly appreciate it. I turned it onto a members only stream in terms of typing. So anybody can join in here, watch, drop likes on the stream, whatever. But only members of the channel can type. So feel free to take advantage of that. Good morning, Blink. Good morning, Arax. Good morning to both of you. It looks like right before the open, guys, we're going to be dealing with a little bit of basing, and we're going to be seeing if 441 to 441.50 can hold. If 441 to 441.50 can hold, then we will be seeing a good base building move. Buyers can take over and possibly get a reaction towards 442.50, 443. If we can get a pop over 443, the previous day open, then we can get a good pop to higher levels. So that's the initial game plan here. If we end up losing support, we're going to definitely be looking for lower supports here. We got 440 right below. We almost have a dollar barrier in each direction while we're up here. So not hard to remember a lot of that. But give me a thumbs up if you guys understand the game plan before the market opens. We have about 6 minutes before the market opens. But again, give me a thumbs up if you understand the game plan. Just went over it. Feel free to go back a few moments if you just missed it. What's up, Christian? Good morning. What's up, Bill? Good morning to you as well. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, do you guys even do that? What I just did. You know, this is something you need to be doing, like, without even thinking. You know, subconsciously, you need to already be thinking, like, all right, what's the game plan right out of the gate for this chart? You know, what's under it? What's above it? Where does it need to go? What's past that? You know, if it does this, then what? If it does this, then what? You know, do you even do that? You know, that's another good thing. You need to be able to do that like it's nothing. Like, that needs to be like speaking English or speaking to you. Like, it needs to be like secondhand nature. You know, just thinking about, oh, okay, this is what needs to be done. This is what bulls want. This is what bears want. You know, these are two good questions you can always ask yourself. And again, why do we do that? Because it gives you no bias, and you're trying to tell yourself the facts of the chart as you have laid it out in front of you. 4.5 minutes till the open. Shane at 5:14 a.m. FOMC minutes today. Don't forget. What a real one. What a real one. The Federal Reserve is apparently considering a 75. Oh, hold up. This is a meme that I'm reading. I was reading some news and then I looked at what channel I was reading. Alright guys, we have about 2.5 minutes before the open. The game plan basically revolving around the potential base build above 441 to 441.50. If they can hold this area, bulls can try to work to higher levels. If they end up losing this, then vice versa, we drop. That's the game plan before the open. That's the control point basically. And people always like take me, I don't know, when you say point of control, I don't know if there's like some big trending strategy out there or something, but when I say this openly on like Twitter or something, I'll be like, this is the point of control. I'll always have like 2 or 3 people freak out. Like when I say point of control, I'm literally meaning point of control. I'm not pulling this from some random bullshit strategy on the internet. Point of control. I'm speaking English here. Point of control. Whoever has control of that point has control of that direction. I mean, it's like, it's seriously plain English. I'm not saying this for a strat. It's point of control. I mean, this isn't a strategy. It's just speaking to you. It's communication. So when I say that, please do not get confused in thinking like, oh, is this part of some strategy? Like, no. It's just whoever has this has this. If bulls can continue holding over it, then they can work higher. If bears can break this, they can try to work lower. And you might think like, no shit, but it's some people do not get it that well. So please, if you're someone who is a beginner, please feel free to ask questions. We will not beat you up. It's when you ask a question and then we break it down for you over and over again, link you videos, you do nothing, and then ask the same question. That's when people get frustrated. We'd love beginner questions, though. So if you, again, are new here, please feel free to ask questions. What is point of control? Bezos laugh. Oh, did you type Bezos laugh? Or did it glitch and type it for you? Oh. That's weird. I thought it would do... Oh, it's because you didn't do the semicolon thing. I don't know how it works, to be honest, though. I'm not going to act like a YouTube expert. I have no idea. That's funny, though. The Bezos laugh. Also, guys, seriously, like, please do not take this as, like, me attacking you. But please learn to just chill. Learn to just listen. Learn to just watch. Try things on your own without having to be heard. You know, it's great to practice things, but you don't need to be heard every 5 seconds. If you guys notice, we have less viewers today because I turned it on members only typing. People love to be heard. And you'll notice there's less people here because of that. Okay, and it's crazy but that's just basic human psychology. People love to be heard. Do not be like that. Do not love to be heard. You should love to grind, love to work hard, love to be respected because of your hard work, not because you're the loudest in the... Don't work to be the loudest in the room. Work to be the hardest worker in the room. Again, that's taking completely away from like what we're really supposed to be focused on here, but I just wanted to point that out because I noticed that a lot too, and I started realizing like, oh, maybe that's why. But it's a real thing though, you know? And it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to conversate, it's okay to love and support each other. That's great. I'm totally for that. Talk all you want. Talk as much as you want, seriously. But you'll notice though, people who love to be heard are never there for the people who are always there, you know? It's weird. I love to hype. I love to type. Pay attention to me. It really is like that. David, I don't have it charted. I didn't clean it up, to be honest with you. So I didn't want to link it to you. I have that same chart link I sent you last time. That's the one I still have set. I haven't taken time to go back and clean up my SPX. As you can see, it's very messy. Very nice gap down though. Lower open. I guess I'll pan this down a little bit actually, because what if we break? We'll do it like that. Yeah, my bad, David. If I do another one though, I'll relink it. I just haven't done it yet. To be honest with you, a lot of the time when I personally trade SPX, I really do look at SPY a lot of the time. And then when I say that, people are like, yeah, but the numbers don't match up a lot of the time, like on the chain. It's like, okay. I'm not paying attention to the numbers of SPX. We're looking at grabbing, you know, contracts with a certain delta range. Had nothing to do with cost of contract or strike or any of that. But if I do relink it, I will go grab it. And make sure you, if you have Discord access, that if you ever see Leland post SPX as well, because sometimes his links are good for multiple days. Not every day are you going to get a chart from us and then the very next day get another chart link for the exact same chart. You know, some days the chart link works for multiple days, but mine was not. Glad to have you all here, though. Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you're here. Again, the main game plan is the point of control between 441 to 441.50. So far, we've seen a base build here. We've seen a buyer move off of it. Feels so long since the market opened. Oh, dude, for real. Yeah, it felt weird when somebody said that. It was like, it's Wednesday. In my head, I was like, no, it's not. It's Tuesday. Like, we only had Monday off, dummy. It's literally Wednesday. So we got tomorrow, then we got full day Friday stream. Which, yes, I will be streaming tomorrow. So if you want to be here tomorrow morning, I'll be here as well. I'll try to start it right before the open. And then, of course, go over some pre-market stuff. We'll go over some levels, game plan, you know, talk like that. And then afterwards, of course, the updates. Which I'm going to give this about 7-8 more minutes, and then we'll go through the sectors real quick, and we'll see what's being bought up, what's being sold, what's happening. We'll go through that here in a minute. Look at that. Buyer reaction within the first 5-minute candle made it all the way to the next area above. Very impressive move ever since touching the low of pre-market. That website is great to see S&P rotation of sectors. Oh, we can go over that if y'all want. My bad. It's the first 10 minutes. Who cares about the market right now? Yeah, we can look at this stuff. I like it too, honestly. I love when Daffy goes... Here, wait. Let me show y'all Daffy's post first. So he posted this 2 days ago. Over the weekend. My team posts in here every day. It doesn't matter if the market's closed or not. These guys are addicted. So 3 days ago, he said, coming week, main focus for XLI for upside and XLC for downside. So he's looking for industrials for possible upside, comms for possible downside, banks, not a sector that he touches, so that's just him, whatever. Personal preference, totally fine. But then he shows the weights. Here's the industrials, so he shows you which ones are in the best spotting or best position, and then comms, which ones are bought the most, sold the most, and then you can see, of course, which ones are in best positioning. And then let me go back. Come on. Here we go. Industrial super close to enter to improving zone. Bank slow mover still in the improving zone. Comms declined a bit today, so he was updating it on the half day that we had the other day. He's showing you just moving up a little bit more, also weakening a little bit more, just as you planned the day before. And then now, let me add just like 3 days. You can see, wait, let me zoom it out. on this rise, again from this dip here, you'll see tech right here, comms, or discretionary right here, industrials, base materials, real estate, banks, comms, energy, healthcare, staples, all that good stuff. You can see on the dip here at 436 here for SPY, and then we get the rally. Watch what sectors do what. Watch the trails. Here, I'll add 5 days so you can see it easier. So the previous days, staples have moved up a little bit, cooled off, discretionaries cooled off, tech cooled off, comms moved up a little bit, and I think that's why he's looking for a slowdown there. But then you also have industrials in the leading sector, so they've been moving very well. But over time, of course, as you start to pay attention to this data, let me do this. You can start to watch for which ones are in best positioning. So as we see discretionary, tech, comms, cool back off, get into the lagging part of this. Let's say SPY continues higher, and it's without comms, tech, discretionary continuing higher. Well, as these start to slow down again, maybe in a couple weeks for all we know, they could pull back down. These will be again back in the hot rotation, and this could be what can make SPY continue higher. So everyone keeps saying, oh, if you see Apple hit 200, you see Nvidia hit whatever, you see Costco go hit a new all-time high. These are three tickers a lot of people are talking about: Costco, Nvidia, Apple. Some people talking about Tesla, of course, as well for new highs or reaching old all-time highs. These could be potential movers for SPY reaching an all-time high or reaching the previous all-time high, not even making a new one. So we'll see. Again, just kind of cool to think about that these could end up leading to good moves on the market for a continued bullish move. But yeah, good job, Wag, though, reminding me to bring that up, because yes, that website is great. And I think you have to pay to see that screen, but me and Daffy love looking at it, love going over it with people and sharing it in chat. So it's not like you have to go pay for it and never see it. Like, you'll see us post it. So up to you, though. And that's barchart.com. No, wait, I'm dumb. That wasn't barchart. That was stockcharts.com. Duh. Sorry, it's like same era of website for me. Those were two websites I stumbled upon very early on, and they're both super helpful. And yeah, good looks. MMM not looking too bad. I'm actually looking for a good reset move here on DG for a re-entry. Probably should pay attention to this as well in case that's the short-term reversal. I'll come back to that though. Dollar Tree hit my target. We're just waiting on that one. AVGO, nothing new. CLF, nothing new. A lot of these charts are lower highs too, or double tops like Tesla. Meta looks like a grind up chart. Netflix is one of the few that doesn't look too bad. Apple lower open, rejecting previous day so far. Still getting a move up here on SPY. I might switch over to the 10 minute just to get a more clear, comfortable, relaxing view of the market instead of watching the 5 minute. We'll watch it for a few more minutes here first, see how long this buy reaction lasts. And yeah, Daffy, I still like your MMM a lot. I think over the next couple months, that one has a lot of potential. Costco as well. Like, I really do think Costco will go make a new all-time high or something. I don't know how long it'll take, but it could be very slow. I just personally think they'll go see that all-time high in the same way we saw Apple. Here in a few moments, we'll go over the sectors and the weights, and we'll see what's moving us the most. I can already tell you, though, it's a combination of multiple sectors, but tech's helping out a little bit. Comms are helping out a lot. You have a discretionary push as well. Let's go over those here, and we'll go over those in about 3 minutes. Actually, we need to go through some weights now because we need to see what's going up. Apple pushing a new high over the previous day close. Same for AMD with previous day highs. Microsoft pushing over previous day close, previous day open, and a bigger time frame level. So tech, really big portion of this move here. Let's go to the rest. So discretionary here, Amazon, Tesla, good push on Amazon, good push on Tesla. They're pushing good levels. Google, comm sector. Meta, comm sector. Netflix, comm sector. So you're getting pumps out of your major three. Again, tech, comms, discretionary, major three are moving higher. The only things that could hurt us are healthcare and banks. Healthcare also moving higher, not bad. And banks just slightly moving down towards extended hours low. No big sell-off though, so nothing completely hurting them. SPY should continue a little bit higher, unless you see the rest of the sectors just completely fall through support. But this is what's moving this SPY chart right now. Again, these are the sectors of SPY. These are the weights of the sectors of SPY. Looking at Apple and Microsoft, you're looking at two of the largest companies within the S&P 500. Whenever you look at XLK, you're looking at the largest sector of SPY. When you look at XLV, you're looking at the second largest sector, but also the least popular sector. Nobody likes looking at healthcare. Even during COVID, it wasn't as popular as it could have been. Comms pushing that high. I'm really interested to see if tech doesn't just push this, but also holds this, because if they can do that, they can keep making moves higher all day. But if not, and they reject here, this could be very ugly. Getting under a 5th percentage here, that's good. If price rising with decreasing volume, that's a good sign for bulls. Is that correct? If price is rising with decreasing volume, that's a good sign for bulls. I mean, it's not the greatest. You would prefer rising volume to show increasing strength. Lowering volume? Not as strong. In the same sense, you always see Rambo say that that we don't short lowering volume. For the same sense, you shouldn't. I get it. Also depends where you're going to, David. I can't really answer that question just by saying lowering or rising volume, because what if you're coming down to a support? Yeah, lowering volume is going to be great. You're going to want to see that. But if it's not, then it doesn't really matter as much, you know. So it really depends on positioning too. Keep an eye on ABBV. Yes, sir, Daffy. An important healthcare weight. Oh, yeah, we need to look at... Speaking of ABBV. Because I like this one positional-wise. I like this one where it was. Let's go see. Is UNH still holding? UNH is still holding, too. UNH is another good one. This has been my plan. We drew this shit over a week ago. I don't even think it did anything all of last week. I think it just kept holding range. I like this as long as it holds 470 250s for longs. But if it breaks 470 250s, this thing could be coming back for a short-term pullback, could be coming back for a larger pullback. We really don't know yet. But I like that UNH chart. I do like the positioning on the ABBV chart. Healthcare is not in a bad spot for potential buy reactions out of these for a longer period of time, not just for a couple days. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll keep that in mind, Daffy, because, yeah... Those and then, my bad, I keep switching the charts on y'all. Those and then the energy tickers that we talked about last week, I like those a lot too, which those went up for a few days straight. CVX and XOM, after I brought them up and was talking to everybody about, look at the weekly demand, how they're coming out of them, you know, and I'm not saying they're going to go to the moon, but we could definitely see them getting near recent resistances, and that's exactly what they did. So right now, what we're looking for is a continued hold of this demand. If they can hold this area, we could be looking for super bullish plays on energy. Same for CVX. So I'll be looking for that to try to hold demand. But again, that could be a couple days of time for all I know. I'm probably not grabbing a position on that this week. I was just, again, putting that in y'all's ear because we did talk about that very early on before they started moving up higher. Again, you don't have to trade every single thing you do TA on. Mental trades, visualizing, practicing, going over a game plan, seeing if it works out afterwards. These are what give you effective, honestly, effective pieces of learning. You actually feel real growth when you go over things like that, because you're adding passion to the trade, passion to the trading plan. You know, money might not be connected in every single chart that you're looking at, but at least you can still make that emotional connection by applying a good game plan that you want to try to work with. Webull glitched and didn't fill my Google order at 119.50, then popped up canceled when it hit 121. Nvidia 3-bar play over previous day open. Good job, peoples. 40% on those Apple plays. Good job, man. Check on the Discord, make sure everybody's still alive, not killing each other. Everybody seems to be fine. Yo, I love seeing people do good on Google because of Jazz. That's Jazz's favorite ticker, or one of her favorite tickers. I like seeing you guys trade tickers together because honestly, it's like when you see someone who only trades one ticker for like weeks on an end, and then you start to see them dominate it, and then you start to see other people kind of follow them with it. It's really cool. Everybody working together. Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, Wag, awesome. You're very awesome. He said, so as we talk about sector rotation, if you would like to see it for yourself, there is a free website as well. So you don't have to do the paid website thing. Good, awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Wag. I'll share this link right now. Because, yeah, I've had a lot of people ask about it, but I don't want to keep saying, guys, sign up for StockSharks.com. Like, because, one, I'm not promoting them, and two, I don't want you to have to spend more money than you have to. That's stupid. But there you go. Awesome. Thank you again, Wag. Shout out to Wag. Same, David. You have the most respectful Discord I've ever been in. Thank you, man. I hope to keep it that way. Please help me to continue keeping it that way. Report fake accounts. Be active when you want to. Be comfortable. I always tell people that go in there because they're like, man, I really want to be more active because I really feel bad that I haven't worked up to your expectations or blah, blah. I'm like, bro, I don't have any expectations for you. I just want you to work hard and I want you to be comfortable. I have zero expectations for you, and so you should have zero expectations. Don't hold anything over yourself. It's the stock market. Anything can happen. SPY's still getting a move higher. Like I said, all those sectors working together is a very good sign. What you want to see is a continued hold. Like tech, for instance. They pushed over previous day low demand. They need to hold previous day low demand now. Not just break it, hold it as well. But good sign that those are working together. It's a good sign healthcare did go up a little bit during all these pushing higher. Banks, you can see recovering a little bit. They're even getting that push. So a lot of your major sectors are working together. This isn't like one sector's kicking ass and the rest of them are just boring. All of them are, for the most part, especially your top 5, are all moving together. So that's a good sign. Now what you want to see is a continued hold from all of those pushes. That's what we don't have yet. And this is really what eats people up. It's not even the trading, I would say. It's the in-betweens, which is a majority of the stock market. You're never going to be in a trade for the majority of this. A majority of the stock market, you're going to be cash. You're going to be sitting here watching. You know, for your intraday positions, of course. But it's just crazy to think about. The in-betweens of the trades are what kill you. Apple did break support. I like that they're still holding this red candle here where they kind of wick down here when they hit resistance. So I like that they're trying to hold that. So keep an eye at 192 for Apple. I'd say that's their last level of defense before breaking lower to today's open. Similar to what AMD just did. They broke lower, now they're hitting today's open. That could be what Apple's doing next. Amazon pulling back aggressively as well. Seeing a lot of slowing downs on a lot of those tech charts that were moving higher. Some of them pulling back aggressively. Most of them not so. Go back to SPY. Since joining my streams, have you guys felt like you've been getting better at reading the sectors or the weights of SPY? And even if it's not the sectors you've got better at, I would at least hope you understand the weights of SPY. When we look at Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, you know, when you see Tesla, Amazon, or Google, Meta, Netflix, I hope you at least understand the importance behind those. AMD fighting to hold today's open, getting a wick up there. It's really their last level of defense for bulls. If they can hold that, you can still get a good buyer move to try and retake these levels they just lost. And the reason we have these two marked, by the way, because this is the high of the previous day, open of the last green candle before the reversal. So essentially this is an area of supply. Buyers can hold above it, they can turn this into demand and bounce higher. So far we've seen a push of it, a break lower. Very similar to what we just saw in Apple and a lot of the tech sector, which Apple's still wicking back up. The bear scenario is still very clear, David. It's the same thing. It's like this, but you're moving it up now. So like I just said, bulls need to continue holding this area. Whether that's the top of it, the bottom of it, doesn't matter. They need to hold that range, right? Then that's still bullish control, right? But if they lose this, then we have to assume they want to try to test today's open. Or, secondary, maybe the old area of demand. So keep that in mind. The bear scenario is still very clear. It's just not as important now because it's a little bit further away. And that's okay, David. Feel free to keep asking about that, bro. For real. I love talking about scenarios. That's how I view the charts. What do bulls want? What do bears want? Any other piece of information, I can try to write that down or remember it. Yo, good stuff. Sand Dollar. Round of applause, man. Good job on Baba, King of China, I see. 50% of the gap is covered. Good job, Mel. How was your fourth wheeler? Pretty good, Marlon. I had a pretty chill day. I stayed up really late on the 3rd going into the 4th. If you guys noticed, I posted that scenarios video like 5 a.m. And it was because I stayed up so late. And by the time I was looking at my charts, I was like, man, if I don't do this now, I'm not going to remember what I was looking at as clear. So I made that video super early. So I slept in part of the 4th. But I had a pretty chill day besides that. Apple at 9 EMA and Golden Pocket. Okay, I already said all that. You guys are covered. Thank you guys again for being a part of the stream too. I really do enjoy y'all's updates. I read out every single message. So feel free to drop a like on the stream. Definitely appreciate it. I love the communication we have between each other. Definitely works well for us. And it's almost 26 minutes after the open. So far, we've seen just a pretty good push by a lot of your major sectors, tech especially. You can see they started to slow down now. Right now, we're trying to see if they can continue holding the previous day low demand. If so, that's very bullish. We've seen healthcare do very well. We've seen banks push lower, but we've seen a little bit of a move from them, so it's not the worst. Could be a lot weaker for them. If they end up breaking the extended hours low, that could be very bad. Discretionary also cooling off after their initial move. We'll see if they can hold today's open. Calm still trying to move higher, so that's helping out with some of the weakness. But again, nothing tanking, so it's helping out a lot of these slightly moving charts, slightly higher charts that we're seeing. We've seen the point of control hold here between 441, 441.50. We've seen a pump, again, seeing all the sectors work together. They've pushed through the next area. We've gotten a short-term retest. We're looking to see if we can get a better, more medium retest, I'd say. More mid-term retest where we see multiple candles touch this, not just one single. But if we get the pump without it, then we have to assume they want to reach the next area of supply up near 444. 444 to 444.30. Sand Dollar said, I was the first to hit like Hit the like button on that puppy. I was up late too, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for always dropping a like on the stream. Thank you for always showing me support, man. Seriously. It definitely does not go unnoticed. 20% on AMD call off my demand. 115.80 to 116. Sold at pre-market high on the 1 minute chart. Great job, David. Kind of interested to see what that looks like. On the 1 minute chart. Let's go to the 1. So he said 20% on AMD call off my demand. 115.80 to 116. 115. Okay, I can kind of see that 115.80 to 116 area. Sold at pre-market high on 1 minute chart. Okay, so you just got this recent dip then. Nice, and then you pushed into the pre-market high. Where's that at? About right here. Okay, nice. So you played your demand, you bought off the move, and then you sold right into the high. Wow, 20% on that. Beautiful job, David. Again, you can see too, you got 20% because you bought based off positioning. So you're probably one of the first people into that chart for the reversal, which means you got a really, really good position and good average on that most likely. And again, on the very first pump, as they start to finally calculate those contracts correctly, you get a really good boost in it because you were in it early. You were basically in it when nobody thought it should have been going down at that price. Good job, man. Round of applause for David. Love seeing that supply-demand trading. And again, it doesn't ruin anything either. If you have levels on your chart, if you have your indicator, whatever indicators you use, supply-demand does not get in the way. If anything, it empowers what you're looking at. Guys, possibly getting a bearish retest on AMD there. I hate to say it, but they've broken levels, retested them as resistance, made lower highs from them as resistance. So point of control for AMD is about 116.50. To the downside, you're going to definitely want to see if today's open can break with a 5-minute candle close again. So bulls can invalidate and try to push this higher over 116.50. Bears are already partially in control, looking to try and break 116. Keep that in mind. Also, we have gotten a pump, so I don't know if I'd be looking to just short the first thing you see. I mean, look at SPY. All this slowdown, all these scary red candles you have on all these weights and sectors, but you go back to look at SPY and it's like, oh, we've not moved. We're still where we pushed. We're barely under the high of day so far. Meta ripping, sold early, hate having one con, but gotta secure gains. React, right now, you gotta think about the staircase method. Great job securing gains on your one con. Also, round of applause for the strength on React, only grabbing one. Regardless of what your account size is, again, doesn't matter about money right now. Right now, you're focused on reasoning and routine. Things that make sense to you. Great job, React. If you want to also practice React, since you're doing one con plays right now, which again, round of applause, man. Seriously, I hate when people are like, I just started trading and I'm already doing 5 cons. Like, why? You don't understand what you're doing. Why are you doing 5? And they'll say, because I want to make more money. It's like, it's not about money right now. It's about learning about what puts you in a trade. Then you can worry about multiplying. That's great. It's all math. It has nothing to do with money. It's that pressure of making money, though, that pushes people to make those mistakes. So I'm very proud of you for not doing that. Preach. Took some bad L's. Got to refocus. Good stuff, man. That's what I like to see. And yes, the lit. I am sorry, but I will check Tesla. We got to push over the pre-market high, extended hours high, you could say. And they got into the next level. What you're looking for now is for them to try and hold that push, 281.15. If you want to also be really aggressive with it, the lit, you can go from today's open to the today's high and see if they hold that area. But reality, you should want to see them try to hold 281. Not bad volume too. It's lowering across a few of those candles there. I'd also keep on watch with Amazon too, Lilit, because it's the same sector. You could see Amazon's trying to hold today's open at 130.30, so that's a great sign for Tesla to add into that. Also, they're both a part of the discretionary sector, XLY. Same story goes for them. They're trying to hold previous day open / today's open. So they can hold that area. Tesla, Amazon look great for a bounce. If you see this chart break lower, not as much probability for the Tesla or Amazon chart to continue bouncing. Keep that in mind. So make sure you also understand what weights you guys are paying attention to. So if you're going to look at Tesla and Amazon, you need to look at the other one and vice versa, just to kind of have a picture outside of that, but also the sector they belong to, discretionary. What levels are around? Where are they at on that chart? This will give you extra probability. It's really all you're doing is increasing or decreasing the probability of success by finding combining or not combining signals. If you find diverging signals, and of course it doesn't help you at all. And you guys see, like in React's case today, like again, always giving credit to people. It does not matter about if you're getting big gains or not to me. I'm really focused on what you're actually doing. If you sit there and you hit me with, I made good money, blah, 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 I got a con here, sold here, that doesn't really help me. You know, focus on the reasoning. Why did you like it? What got you in? What did you plan? And then what got you out? How did you get those levels? Are those TA routine, BB system? Awesome, great, proud of you. Move on. Move on to the next one. I know you don't want to take. I know you don't want credit, but you have helped me a ton sticking to a plan and having an in and out before I even buy. Well, I'm happy to have helped, David. I really am. I will take credit. I just don't like to be like that, you know? I hate when people are like that, so I don't like to be like that. It's very hypocritical. I like to give you guys the credit because it's a really good reinforcement. Again, you're the one, you can give me all the credit you want in the world, but you're still the one that has to get up every day. You're still the one that has to review this every day, to do it on your own time, you know? So at the end of the day, all credit does go to you, you know? That's why I say that. General Motors, I'm here. GM, good morning, Sinful. Where's you got served, yo? Yeah, 443.12 is holding pretty decent. I'm surprised they're holding this area without more base here, but they've had a good push, a good slow retest, and a good short-term retest. Again, you might not have gotten the perfect hold over this area, but what did we get? Again, if you use the open range breakout from here to the high of this move before we slowed down, we are in fact holding the short-term retest of this. Again, what is this method I just did? Whoa, what was that? Make sure you guys understand the Fib playlist of this channel. Again, we have posted multiple videos on this very recently. We had the one-on-one video, we got the old trade from Netflix. Here we go. Fibonacci video, make sure you watch that. We got another Fibonacci video right here. If you go to playlist, Fibs, 4 videos for you. Here, I'll even reshare the link for you in the stream. But 4 videos on how you should be using Fibs with the levels that we'd love to practice with in here. TA routine, BB system. Again, just using price history. That's all we use in here. Price history, and then we trade those using price action. But definitely use Fibs. They give you really good information, and they're not hard to think about once you use them in this exact sense. So once you see that playlist, and once you go over it a few more times on your own, you'll start to realize, wow, these are great extra tools of information. They're not really the biggest factor of, oh, this is putting me in a trade or putting me out of a trade, or this is doing. It's not all about that. It's about getting information. Who has control? Fibs give you that information very easily with these levels. And yes, you do still need patience even with Fibonacci. I see Fibs in my windshield on long drives. I see Fibonacci arcs at every turn. That's funny. Let's see if briefing has anything new for us. Doesn't look like it. Treasury yields pull back. Energy complex futures move higher ahead of the open. Energy complex futures moving higher. Crude oil futures are up 2.4% to 71.5 to a barrel. And natural gas futures are up 0.6% to 272 mega BTUs. S&P. All right, no new, nothing new. I thought I was getting new news here, but I'm reading the same thing. Right, so short-term retest still holding above the second area of point of control, 442.50 to just under 443. Still holding bullish control. If all these retests end up holding like you see here on Apple and moving higher, this could end up this could be what ends up sending SPY through a second leg up. So we'll see if that happens or not here. So far, a lot of these charts are still holding. Look at Tesla with that very impressive hold there after dipping below. Com sector kicking ass today, guys. What are the comms? Who can tell me what are the 3 com tickers I always call out? Let's see who's paying attention and who's not been paying attention. Oh, my bad, Sinful. Doi. I'm the one who said that, and I said it to you. My bad. But what are the 3 main com sector stocks that we look at in here? Who can name all 3? Com 1, Com 2, and Com 3. We got a smart ass in here. David, yes. Google Meta. Daffy said Google, Netflix, Meta. That is the 3. Yes, yes. Good answers, good answers. All right, here's another one. What are the 2 main discretionary tickers that I look at? If Daffy and David want to not answer this time. What are the 2 main discretionary tickers that we watch in here? Basically every stream. I keep saying basically, but we do. Yes, Brady got it. Tesla and Amazon. Teresa also getting one of them, saying Tesla. Great answers. Now here's a tricky one. I don't know if y'all are ready for this one. Alright, so what are the 3 main tech tickers that I go over? And what is the 4th, not as heavy, but still very active traded ticker in the tech sector? What are those 3 or 4 tickers that we'd like to look at from the tech sector? We look at them every day in stream. These are not trick questions. Just a little bit more rough because I'm asking you about the 4th, not as important, but still very active. I'm out on energy. David said Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, and AMD. SF said Apple, Nvidia. Sandeller said Apple, Microsoft, Bueller portfolio. SF saying Microsoft. You guys are correct. Yes. Those are the 3. And then, of course, the 4th, not as important in terms of weight, but still active, AMD. Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft. These are the main 3. And then AMD, not as important, again, weight-wise, but still very actively traded. Great answers, everybody. I'm glad to know you guys all know the main 3 sectors. Now, you should start to try to pick into healthcare and banks more in terms of just understanding what their charts look like and what are their top few weights. Now, you could see, like Daffy earlier said, he doesn't prefer to look at banks. I prefer not to look at healthcare that much, even though it's dumb to say that. It's hard to actively pay attention to each and every sector to be aware of each one. So try to work on one at a time if you want to work slowly on it. But overall, you'll notice too there'll be a couple sectors you don't end up paying attention to as much, but you'll still keep in the back of your mind because it's important. You know, I might not like healthcare, but it's still the 2nd heaviest sector in the market. You know, and whatever. So really good information though. I love the sectors. Really good moves. It's crazy when you start to break apart the S&P 500 more systematically. You start to notice, oh, okay, it's a big pie chart is basically what SPY is. A really big pie chart. Alright, so SPY, after the slowdown, a lot of those tickers, I guess, not holding. We'll go back here in a couple minutes and see what's up and what's not. But definitely getting a slowdown on SPY. Again, if you do the open range breakout that we did to here, they're still trying to hold the short-term retest, but it looks like they're not happy with it. So we'll see if they want to try and get some better wicks above this old supply possibly turning demand here. But I do like the lower volume just in general after, because you can see pretty decent volume. We got above this area, and then ever since we held above this area, we've had relatively low volume. So a potentially decent sign that after breaking above a very good resistance, if price can maintain holding over it, that could actually be a very good sign for bulls. You can see they are testing it a second time. So possibly getting a continued bullish retest here. Love AMD's price action day to day. Yeah, facts. Honestly, you can't go wrong with the combination of AMD or NVIDIA. I always include those on my daily watch list, at least one of those, because they really do move almost every single day. They move really well. Their price action's super clean. Good morning, BB. Hope you kill it this week. You too, Money Lisa. Even though we only have a 3-day week, I hope you kill it as well. Always happy to see that name pop up. KRE, JPM for your financial watch list. Oh, you're saying those are your favorite too. Okay. Yeah, JPM is definitely one of my favorites as well. I like watching Burke B as well just because it's a big weight, but I don't trade it. JPM is definitely one I love to trade. Bank of America is not a bad one too. Their options chain's really good. Good call out by SF saying Nvidia, new high of day. Let's go check our weights real quick and see what's slowing down, what's trying to hold, what's not. Apple rejecting, guys. That could be very bad if Apple does not get over previous day close. AMD is just kind of chilling in limbo mode. Microsoft still doing really well, holding a good retest area. Nvidia hit that new high of day, possibly slowing down. We'll see if Amazon continues to hold 130. That is definitely the point of control for Amazon. Again, 130. Tesla finally did break lower under 281.15. We'll see if they maintain this pullback towards 278.50 to break lower, possibly towards 277, 276.50. 275 is the ultimate break below on that chart. If they end up holding, we'll see if they can retake 281. Google still holding a good portion of their rally. Same for Meta. Netflix taking a dump. Is this an early look into what Meta and Google could look like after breaking lower? We shall see. But Netflix breaking 444. Comm sector could be slowing down. If comm sector pulls back, that's going to be bad because that was one of the ones that helped us up so much. But still, very nice bullish retest look on SPY here. Again, breaking above old supply, holding above it, and now getting a good move off of it. Very good sign. Bulls want to try to continue higher as long as this blue area underneath is held. You just want to see AMD at 114. Market opens weak despite mega cap gains. The stock market opened on a downbeat note. Strength from mega cap stocks has helped to limit downside moves, leading to more modest losses at the index level. 9 of the 11 S&P 500 sectors trade down, with materials, energy, financials showing the steepest losses. Communication services sector leads the outperformers by a wide margin. See, we're already ahead of the game. We already know all this. I really like to backtest myself with that website because I update in that exact fashion. And then seeing them also post like that, it's really cool to just kind of like get that double confirmation from that briefing.com website. It's free to look at. You're good, David. I figured you had flipped it over. I didn't take the time to draw it that way, but I like that you had it that way. That's why I didn't have anything to criticize about it. I thought it was perfect. I thought what you did was fine. I'm even more impressed with how you traded it, too. Daffy's watching ABBV above 136.15. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying some of the updates, some of the information. I know we have a short week, but I'm trying to give you guys as much juice as I possibly can. If you guys are a member of the channel, which if your name is green and you're typing in the chat, you're a member of the channel, be sure to check out the members only section of the YouTube channel. You will have tons of videos there to go check out, including this week's recent upload, the SPY Weekly Scenarios video, number 9. Number 10 comes out next week. Netflix needs to try and retake 444 for comms to continue holding strength on all sides, really. But Meta kicking ass, so they're not even seeing the effect of Netflix. And Google continuing higher, new high of day. I saw React type in Google. I had to go see for myself what was going on. Tesla retaking that level. Good bounce by Amazon. Let's go check that XLY chart, Lilith. Look at that. So even though Tesla broke lower and invalidated by itself, what did its sector do, Lilith? What did Amazon and XLY do that led to helping you out on Tesla? They held support. They never once broke lower. Up 40% on your call. If you don't know what to do, then the best thing you can do is close your position because you don't have a plan for whatever else is about to come next. If you ever have to ask yourself, what do I do next? The answer is always close your position because you don't know what's next. You've already lost track of what is next. Good job, Lalit. I just wanted to review that with you because that was very helpful. XOI holding helped me hold my hey, good job, Mac. Good job, everybody. Round of applause. Bullish retest did step in. They did make a new high of day. So everything we talked about up to this point has worked. What we need to see is a continued high of day. We need to see them not just make it and then reverse again. We need to see them continue towards the next area. And this will show bulls are still in complete control. But you guys got a better retest there too. They didn't just do it once. They kept holding the short-term retest. And you know what? They kept holding the short-term retest, and at the same time, without invalidating it, held that other area as well. So very, very insane hold by the bulls there. Very clean. I just wanted to go over that though, because a lot more happened than just retesting happened right there. They held 2 retest areas within 1 candle. That's very impressive. And with a good candlestick pattern, and it had decent volume over the previous 3. So that previous 5-minute candle is actually very, very impressive for the bulls. Anytime, anything for you. I purchased with intent to hold through weekend to swing, but I see green and it's only 1 con. So, well, there you go. Sherman gave you a good method too. He said you could try writing the 9 and close at a cross below it. Boss says it better close it out if you're not sure. Man, I try to get into Google 120 calls at 0.50 open. I'm going to stop. No, you're good, David. You understand that you're pouting, so I'm not going to get onto you. I understand that you're passionate about what you're doing, so I could see the frustration. That's good. Be frustrated. You should give a shit. That shows that you give a shit. You should be mad. Do better next time. I'm proud for you, man. Keep working at it. Heard that will do. I like that. Took me. I gotta say this in like Mr. Krabs' voice to read Sandollar's messages better. It took me 38% gains on me call, SpongeBob. I hate that for you, David. Almost happened to me, but you knew that was happening. You'll be there for next time. Yeah, definitely. It's when people pout and don't know they're pouting. That's when it's a problem. David knows he's pouting. Why do I get smoked every time I size up? Because you're not emotionally in control yet. You're not stable enough. You might think you're ready to size up, but you're not. And really the only way of knowing that is by sizing up, realizing that, and then taking that loss or taking that win. Even taking a win and it feeling bad can be a good sign that maybe going up in account size is not yet time. You know, so if you ever feel like, oh, I keep blowing my account, or I keep taking a bad trade when I size up, or I keep messing up or making different mistakes, it doesn't matter if it's the same one or a different one every time. It has nothing to do with whatever mistake you're dealing with. It's because you're putting in more money into the play. You're a lot more emotionally connected than you were previously. So it's a little bit more amplified of a trade. Again, good, really easy method to go back and just use the staircase method. Focus on going back to 1 con or 3 cons, whatever you were at previously, getting even more comfortable with that again, and then focusing on sizing up later on. But it's tough, man. It really is, because you think like, oh, okay, you know, I've been having a couple good months in a row. You know, I feel a lot more comfortable. I feel a lot more confident. And then you size up, and then it feels like you didn't learn anything. And it's simply that you just aren't ready yet. It's totally fine. It has nothing to do with IQ. It has nothing to do with you not working hard. It has nothing to do with that. Everyone is different. I had a 700% SPY call 2 months ago and thought I was golden, but honestly had no plan and lost it all the following weeks. That is tough. I've always said it too. I've told you guys my personal experience. You know, many times, a lot of the times you experience a big win, very soon after you will experience one of your worst losses ever. You'll end up taking some of the worst trades. You'll end up making some of the worst mistakes you've ever thought to make. You know, and it sometimes has no connection to the trade you took. It literally just connects to the previous trade where you think you're set because you've done so well. Even if you lose this little bit amount, you should still be good kind of thinking. That kind of thinking is what ends up losing it all, sometimes even more, within the next coming trades, next coming weeks, next coming months, you know, whatever amount of time. New high of day again on SPY. They are still holding this bullish retest. The lowering volume is a little bit of a concern over these 3 candles. If they maintain a lowering volume trend into this candle as well, I will be a little bit more concerned. But if we can close higher, get a little bit more volume to step in on that 5-minute candle, I like this a lot still. Again, we talked about the bullish retest potential ever since they broke over 443. 100%. I'm focusing on process now. Good stuff, David. And that's kind of what I was saying to Creator Trades just now. Again, he can take that to heart or not. It's really up to him. But it sucks. It really does suck when you like size up or you get to that next part in your trading or you think you're ready and then you get there and then you're not, and it sucks to get to hear that from yourself, really, because, it's you versus you in reality. But it's just something you have to deal with, move on, focus on the reasoning, focus on the routine. It has nothing to do with IQ. You guys know this just as well as I do. It's all about routine and process. Can't get too high or too low. Will def screw yourself over. Yeah, no, 100%. Something we did to combat that too, whenever we would take our big wins, would to not trade the next day, not trading the next couple days, and doing that, putting yourself back in the state of mind of like, all right, I need to be growing, not thinking about making money. That is very helpful, and that's another thing is, do you guys take a trade every day? Because if you do, you're already making a big mistake. You don't need to be taking a trade every single day the market is open. Learn to realize what days you need to not be trading and what days you want to try to trade. What parameters line up? What look good? What doesn't look good? If the initial 30 minutes does this, does that stop you from trading? Does it keep you trading? Come up with some rules that you end up noticing over and over. Whether it's a rule for yourself, a rule because of what you see happen a lot, something you do a lot, maybe it's a behavior thing. Because I've seen people, do that too, where they're like, I only take 40% entries. Why do I lose a lot? It's like, because you're only taking 40% entries. They're literally called 40%. Think about out of 100%, how much of that is. That's 4/10. So that means more probability that you're going to fail, because it's just the initial breakout. It's just the initial scalp. It's the initial move, right? And then you start to go over retests with them more, and they start to get a better win rate. They'll get a better win rate, or not even that, just getting better wins or finding better trades, finding better opportunities more. It's not even about if their win rate's up or not. And they're like, oh wow, and it's yeah, because this is double the probability of that trade. So think about stuff like that. If you find combining signals, that is a lot better than just finding one. After your account due to both scenarios. If I can't make $10, I can't make $100, $1,000, or so on and so on. Yeah, I agree, David. No, it's smart. Exactly. That's how you should be thinking about it. If you can't control yourself with this amount of money, what is the point in thinking you can handle this amount of money? There is no point in thinking that. And some people, I'm sure most of you don't, but some people out there will think like, oh, that doesn't connect. I would be different if I had $10,000 or if I had $100,000. No, you wouldn't. You would treat it the exact same way. And a lot of this cases, you would treat it even worse than if you had less money. Becoming so patient that taking a good mental trade makes me want to sit on my hands the rest of the day, or I'm just scared to be wrong afterwards. In a way, that's a good problem. I know that might sound weird, but in a way, that's a very good problem. Because you're more combating greed more so than most people, where they're fighting. I mean, they're fighting greed as well, but you're fighting it in the sense of not taking another trade because of being either scared of being wrong afterwards, or because you've already taken yours and you're moving on, which I think is great. I like that passive kind of mindset, because now you're just kind of taking what you've learned, then moving on. Taking what you've learned and gained, moving on. Taking what you gained, move on. You're really taking away a lot from the market. They're not taking a lot from you, so that's good. It's a time game. Remember, this isn't about getting rich overnight, over a week, over a month, over a year. It isn't about that. Good job, though, Brady. If you can lose 1,000, you can lose 100,000. 100%. You are so right. I remember there was an owner of another chat. I won't speak on this person's name or the chat that I'm speaking of. I don't even know if they still trade or not. I don't really care. But they experienced this exact scenario that we just went over with you all. They ended up making, I don't know how much they started with, so don't quote me on that. But they ended up turning their account from whatever amount into like 120, 140K. They made a very, very large amount. It was like 60, 80, 90K over like a couple weeks. It was very impressive. I was like, damn, dude, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you, blah, blah, blah. Dude gets so cocky. Dude thinks he's God. Dude thinks he could destroy everybody, and that's great. Okay, I'm happy that he's in a good mood. Okay, I'll let him be in it. I'm not going to ruin that for him. Within the next few weeks, and half the time that it took him to make that money,
he blew over that amount plus some after depositing more. So he lost all of that money and some just because of his own emotions, just because of his own, really his attitude. You know, so think about the market in terms of attitude too. Don't think about it in terms of just like, oh, you need to have a process and routine. Like, yes, you do need to have these things. They're very important, but you also need to have a good attitude. You can't be coming into these things thinking like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Even if I don't care if you've won your last 26 trades in a row, you treat the next one as your very next, as a fresh new trade that you've never seen before. Don't trade it as, oh, this is going to be my 27th one in a row. I already know it. I got this in the bag. Yeah, like Leland said, the market giveth and the market taketh. But I'd never seen as much money won and lost in such a short amount of time by such a loudmouth. Again, it was a very loudmouth type person. Just crazy. You said, if I had an issue like that, I would probably keep my options account with 5K and everything over I'd keep cashing out. You think that, you say that from this point of view, but when you actually have that amount in your account, it's very hard to make those decisions. Because trust me, you are so right, but when you're actually in the moment, it's insanely hard. Daffy said, new high of day, ABBV, 50% on the contracts. Good job, anybody who took this play with Daffy. Mel said took some puts here. SPX gap fully covered. Yeah, Daffy is goated. Good looks, D-Touch. D-Touch, if you're here, if you can hear me, good work on PayPal, dude. I don't care if your plays have worked or not. You've kept with the TA, and that's what's important, not the gains or the losses right now. It's the process. So seriously, good work. And if you guys notice, if anybody's in Lifetime, if anybody's been paying attention to D-Touch's PayPal post or anybody's post in chat, it's really awesome following the story of how they read the chart. You know, one day you're seeing them post the initial findings of what they like about the chart, the potential moves of the chart that could possibly happen, and then, you know, the days coming after that, you're seeing them update it more. The days after that, you're seeing them update it even more, reviewing it more, see if any plays had happened or not. And it's a lot of fun to watch these guys just kind of talk about something beforehand, during, and then after. It really is, just like we talk about in the streams and in a lot of the videos. And just to show you guys, Daffy did get in the money. Good job, Daffy. Round of applause to you. Mental trade idea on Nvidia, 80% entry at previous day close. Pushed up. Okay, so you liked it here, and then you were going to stop out. Oh, okay, you got in here. Okay, you got out after. So I actually like that a lot, Brady. You didn't get in at the 80%, like as it retested. You did it afterwards. I call this like a passive 80% entry because it's like the open range breakout after the retest. I love that. Good job on that. Labeled as TPs, as targets to stop. This is what I'm talking about. Having a plan, Brady. I literally could not be more proud of you, dude. Good job, React, showing us those gains. Like the break above previous day low and a BB level on Apple. Again, guys, using effective levels. These levels are not hard to grab or find. These are very easy to find. What's hard is managing and navigating through them. That is what will take you time, and that is what a lot of people in here are working on. Good job, peoples. I love this breakdown. Good job, Don Dude. Good job, Jazz. Meta 300 call. Did I read that right? I guess it's not that far out of the money. I read that thinking like, damn, that's really far out of the money. It's really not that far out of the money, though. It's just weird hearing someone say, it's weird hearing someone say meta 300. Good job, Daffy, too. Round of applause for Daffy, everybody. He is constantly giving plays out and really asking for no credit in return. It's amazing. I really would give every bit of support to this guy if you guys ever see him post anything. The information he provides as well. It's not about the plays. The dude really does grind all weekend long. During the week, he goes and has random streams all during the week too. Like, he just does it for the community whenever he has time, you know, and he talks about effective things every time. He doesn't talk about filler bullshit info just like we do here. We don't talk about bullshit info that we don't actually use. I'm not going to sit here and break down MACD, RSI, Bollinger Bands, TTM Squeeze when we don't even use those damn things. You know, when we have old videos of them, we've definitely had our fair share of touching them, using them, you know, seeing them for a little bit, but definitely realizing instantly that price history, price action, effective, just clean, simple charts are always going to be way more effective than a lagging indicator. Oh, my bad. I didn't know he was gone. Well, I hope he enjoys the sun then. Hope he enjoys himself. But I did want to say that on stream because D-Touch constantly grinding and posting really, really good posts for the chat. Oh, I was like, where's my Discord? There it is. Holy crap. 58%. Good job too, Daffy. I love seeing not as popular tickers traded too. It's always awesome to see that posted by you. I think that's another favorite thing too, is like, it kind of reminds me of like Ripcord. Ripcord always posts tickers I never look at as much, but should definitely pay attention to more. And then he ends up posting really, really good trade plans. And a lot of them end up working out a lot too, just because not everyone's watching them. They're not an as easy to see trade because not everyone's watching them. So when you get those signals, they're not too good to be true. Oh my god, he just posted an update. Now he's up 82%. He's one of the best when it comes to explaining things, facts. AMD supplying, still holding. Or no, my bad. He said AMD demand still holding. Could call out David. Tech sector, got the retest that we talked about this morning. Again, go back in the stream. See if I'm bullshitting or not. We don't lie in here. Talk about actual updates. What do bulls need? What do bears need? Anything else is just unneeded information. SPY trying to go flat here, guys. They are just under flat. 0.03% here. Still very impressive move. I mean, we got the pump off demand from pre-market. We got the pump off of the old supply turn demand, turn midday, or intraday I should say. And now we're trying to approach the other area above us. I bet very soon we slow down because you do have FOMC end of day. And I'm not saying that it's going to like ruin anything. I just think that's going to pull some liquidity off the market, some volume off the market, some activity off of the markets. So I think very soon you will see a high of day before, of course, the end of day volatility. I'm not saying here, I'm just saying very soon you'll probably see it. Thank you guys for almost 70 likes. I appreciate that. Daffy looking for ABBV to continue higher. Damn, I think Neo's moving again. Yeah, they are. That's probably EV related though, not China. Because I know EV's been kind of hot. There's another one too that we were all looking at a couple weeks ago that still looks really good, and that's BA, Boeing. Boeing looks really good. Alright, I was catching up. At that new high of day, Daffy almost hit 100%. I think he just sent me one that was 98%. Insane move, dude. When I was looking at that chart, that was when it was trying to hold this move here. When he said that initially. So he caught that whole move. That's a very, very nice move. Contracts me very well. SPY flat officially. Microsoft, holy. Microsoft really holding it out for everybody. Round of applause to Microsoft. Nvidia, AMD not doing too bad. Amazon still curling off of that very important level we saw. How's discretionary doing? Even with Tesla's weakness, it's still not hurting that chart. David said demand broke on the 1 minute for AMD. It has officially been an hour and 10 minutes after the open. Y'all are going to be freaking out, or yeah, we're all going to be freaking out when Daffy has MMM and it does go to like 104, 105. We're going to randomly wake up and that's going to hit. Daffy said closed 2, kept a free runner, up over 100%. Round of applause to Daffy, guys. Good job on the updates too, man. Appreciate it. How's everyone doing though, guys? How's the stream so far? How are the updates? How am I? How are you? How's everything? Let me know. Somebody speak to me. Only way to post trades in Discord? What do you mean? Only way to post trades in Discord. David reconfirming that he has demand at 114.60 to about 114.70 on AMD if you guys are watching that from his updates. King Carnage, let me know what you were asking. I'd love to help out. People post their trades in Discord and in here, if that's what you're asking. You can't really post pictures on YouTube, so that's of course why the Discord exists, because that's where you can go post everything. But you can talk about whatever trades or ideas or whatever updates you have in here as well. It's really up to you. It's really just personal preference. It's just the Discord's has been alive way longer than my YouTube, so of course I read their messages as well. But you could post your trades wherever you want. It's really up to you. It's all personal preference. This really is a trading community. No one really ever sits here and says we're financial advisors, we're pros. We're none of that. No one's ever going to tell you that either. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you all that stuff. We're not here. I'll give you updates on how I chart, how I draw, how I look at things, but that's about it. I'm not going to sit here and give people trades and sheep ideas and stuff like that. There's plenty of trade ideas in here. Again, if you're someone who's been present and has been paying attention, there's plenty of trade ideas in here every single day. Watch lists, levels, great planning, give you lessons, questions, quizzes, all kinds of stuff. These really are a do-it-all kind of stream. Very impressed by this pump so far. What do you guys say? XOI possibly trying to break support here. Keep eyes on that. And Amazon to keep growing weakness, for Tesla to keep breaking lower, because they've already again broken lower again, retested to move lower. So this is already in bearish control. It needs Amazon to continue its weakness. It needs discretionary to continue its weakness. That is what can help Tesla continue lower. For anybody looking at that weakness, see a few people talking about it. Damn, Dondu coming back with a vengeance. I see you. He took the 40% and 80%, a little bit too serious on this screenshot. Good job, Dondu. Round of applause, man. Took Daffy play, chased up 15%. Good job, Mel. AMD trade idea posted in Lifetime on Monday. Here, I'll pull it up. I'll go over it. Yeah, he said on Friday, he said it in the morning too, actually. Literally 2 hours after the open on Friday, he said, oh no, that would be on Monday. My bad. Monday, 10:30, you said, watching AMD daily time frame if we get an evening star doji for possible short swing. Let's go to AMD. Oh wait, no, that wasn't the Friday post, my bad. There was another post. Dude, we need to rechart this. Let's rechart AMD together for the bigger time frames, because this actually does look like it could be setting up something nice. So get that. So all my monthly emerging candles out of the way. Let's get our weekly supply demand. So really just kind of focus on right here. Let's do the all-time high demand or supply. Sorry, keep saying demand. Demand's just easier to say. Supply, So you can see how that's supply, and they retested it, broke lower, beautiful. What can we get here? We need to get demand before the reversal back up. So we need to go from the low of the move to the top of the last red candle. I'm just typing in 2025 because I'm lazy. You can type in whatever date you want, but this puts it past today's date, so it helps me out. So now we have a monthly emerging candles. We have weekly supply and demand, demand that cover around current price. We could grab more. There's another one right here we could grab. Nothing really here to grab in between. There are a couple of points of control. Like you're gonna have to probably highlight all of that area. There's probably an area like right here somewhere that I can grab. I'm not trying to be super tedious. Probably just grab that 136.35 to get our emerging candle in the weekly. Support, turn, resistance, clear as day. And then maybe let's grab that support as well. Give it a range. So maybe that's what we'll do. We'll go from emerging candle to support of that move. And then that'll be an in-between imbalance zone. Again, where both bulls or bears could take control. These are good pivot points. So we'll keep that marked. You can also see right here, I didn't even realize that it was used. So we'll keep all that marked. And then we'll go down to the daily time frame. We have everything we need charting-wise. The daily. So they bounced from demand, made it to just under supply. You can see recent price action-wise, we'll go from the low of that move to the meat of this move. If you want to go ahead and highlight that, be my guest. You'll see we actually are rejecting a good area. So this could be a pullback to fill the gap, maybe the second gap. This could just be a one-day reset before we get a higher open that completely pumps us through this, fills this gap, hits the next resistance. Those are two highest probability scenarios in front of you right now. But AMD does not look bad at bigger time frame wise for a possible swing trade to the downside if this maintains holding. Again, I don't really like the volume on this chart. The gap ups do give it good momentum. I think a lot of people don't know that. Good gaps actually are everything. Again, you almost don't need RSI if you understand how to read a gap on a chart. What is a gap? You get a higher open or a lower open a lot of the time from day to day. That's what that is essentially. But a lot of the time, if you get like a higher open, like in this case, remember this day when they gapped up, this probably looked really good, but they were against supply, so there was that chance where they either get over supply, hold on top, try to pump to the top of it, or in this case, they reject it, flush back down. Now, whether that's to make it to the previous day high or to, whatever level underneath, whatever, but they are getting a pullback. You can see, didn't fail to make the new low, so now they build base. So now this is your set range. Bearish engulfing, take puts. You find a good bullish pattern that sits here, we could take calls. We didn't though, we broke lower. We're even rejecting to possibly continue breaking lower. So it's all about patterns with positioning. I guess I'll share that with them and then I will give them that link. Right as SPY went flat, got the pullback. About an hour and a half into the market. We're just under 2 hours on the stream. Over 70 likes, almost 80 people in here watching. Thank you all. Thank you guys seriously for supporting the channel. I really do hope a lot of you guys are enjoying the updates, some of the information. Try to bring my A game when I'm here on stream. And I do appreciate the support. You guys give me so much love on YouTube, Twitter, Discord, everything. It really does mean a lot. It does not go unnoticed. Again, you probably shouldn't be drawing your lead test here. We haven't had any true break of structure. I'm just drawing this because I like that we got a little wick up there. Just looking for short-term navigation. Looks like this candle is possibly wanting to continue rejecting 443.50, and we might be seeing the pullback down to 442.90, 443 flat. This maintains. Good job, Noxta. Having the right areas drawn out, realizing that supply and resistance are close, realizing that a hive day can come very soon. Great job, Noxta. Also, he posted a Tesla Lee test playing out. Good job. Holy, Bob from over there. Bob from over there gifted 5 memberships, guys. Queen Sylvia, Purple Mango, Zach Mackay, T-Bone Panda, and Muhammad. Be sure to thank Bob for that. He did not have to do any of that. So be sure to show him some love. Thank him for that. Dude, seriously, you're amazing. Thank you for that, Bob. I really do hope that they take advantage of the information you just gave them. That was really cool of you, man. Round of applause for Bob, everybody. Can we get some emojis in chat? Let's do some green candlesticks or something. Maybe some Elon, Bezos, Leo laughs. Maybe some thumbs ups. Definitely get some reaction there to show some love for that. That was very cool of him. Did not have to do that. And take advantage, guys. If you don't know where this is, I have to do this again. Go to the YouTube channel. Make sure you're staring at it. Click on membership. Click that. This is where all the juice is for anybody who is a member of the channel. Go check it out. There's an overwhelming amount of videos in there, but trust me, over time, you'll appreciate it. Thank you again, Bob. Appreciate that. See, we just got a bunch of really good people in here, man. Everybody hooking each other up with membership. Well, how many did we gift on Friday? Wasn't it like 25 or 26? That's just crazy. I think I gifted like 5 or 6 of them. The rest of them were y'all. It was a crazy amount of love being given. Still rejecting. See if they can get over that halfway point, get over the golden pocket, make it towards 444. As you guys can see, I included information from Friday as well as Monday because this was a half day. I didn't want to just trust information from here. Plus, all this day did was hold and then grind up. It really didn't do anything new from what happened the Friday before. So, very impressive. And don't worry about those wicks. I fixed them on this chart. It's these 2 candles here. Regardless of being real or not, it was messing up my zoom. Oh, I got the hiccups. Took a Lee test off IWM. Lee test, so good. Good job, Blink. Round of applause. It's brisket time. Have a good day, everyone. Dude, some brisket sounds good. Get some brisket sandwiches going or something. The laughing Elon. Yeah, when I was doing those like emoji pictures for whatever for the channel, and I was like, what are 3 laughing emojis that my brain first goes to? At first, Elon. Brain went straight to Elon, and then I was like, oh, Bezos, just like Elon. Brain went straight to Bezos laugh. And then, of course, the third laugh. Who can forget the greatest laugh? The Leo laugh. So, had to include that. Which I think that laugh emoji's from when he's in Django, which that movie's like 10 out of 10. If you haven't seen Django, where the hell have you been? ABBV, new high of day again. Daffy still has his runner, I believe. Daffy, you're on fire, dude. What is getting into you, man? You're making me about to just balls deep everything you type from here on out. Oh no, it wasn't the daily that I liked on MMM. It was the weekly that I like. I like the weekly a lot more. See, that looks great. That looks like a good high or low ready to pump up to at least right here. 102.80s. That doesn't look bad. Happy to give back, boss. You are the real one. Teach a man to fish and he eats. Thank you, Bob. Seriously, you love to give me credit, man, but I love to give you credit back. Seriously, thank you. Thank you, Bob. I'm glad to be among people like you, for real. I always tell people that, too. I don't just say that shit to say that shit. Like, people always message me. I'm like, man, I really am honored to be among people like you. It's like, what if I had a community full of, like, little children or like, just childish, immature people? You can't even imagine how many communities are like. I'm sure some of you are aware, too, but there's just so many communities like that. And I really am honored to be among people like you and people like this in the Discord, the YouTube, Twitter. I don't have to deal with that crap as much because all these higher up, more mature individuals end up growing into our community, or regardless of if they joined us mature or not. Everybody's very respectful of each other, and that's what's most important. Thank you again, though. I really can't put in words how much I'm appreciative of that, seriously. There isn't a way of putting it into words, how much I can thank you all. I like putting energy into the YouTube videos, and I'm very glad you guys give a lot of really good feedback. I'll be sitting there, like, stressing my ass off. Y'all have no clue. I'll be like, no, dude, this video's not going to be good enough for them. I'll go redo it. I'll go redo it. I'll go redo it. What video needs to come out next? What video are they going to want next? I'm always, like, freaking out about what needs to be posted just to make sure you guys have as many resources as you possibly can, covering the same shit over and over again. If I can reiterate something even just a little bit different, I'll do it, just because it might be that little bit of a difference for somebody hearing it that way. You know, even just hearing something a certain way might be that click moment for somebody. Daffy just said 129% on the runner. No, dude, you don't have to stop. Now, if you close out your position, then you can stop. But I mean, it's up to you, Daffy. Don't think that you're spamming, man. You're updating an amazing play that you posted. Don't hide that, man. That's great. We're gonna always be positive behind something like that. Good job, Daffy. Seriously, round of applause, dude. Call that a pretty big banger. 146% on the new hype, dude. I can't even. All right, now, Daffy, shut up. Just shut up, Daffy. No, I'm messing with you. XLY took a dip. Amazon took a dip. And right as they do that, Tesla goes up. Amazon, Tesla, XLY are not in sync today. They were for a little bit, but they instantly gave up that relationship. SPY, new high of day. I'm not gonna type that. They ain't gonna read what I'm gonna say anyway. Never mind. We'll just leave it as is. Daffy said ABBV is 1 cent away from his target at 136.95. Good enough, right? Dude, that's crazy. 150% basically on his runner. That is a crazy rally. Daffy, every time I go look in there and I see another post by you. King Carnage, you did great posting in trade results. That's the channel that you want to post in. Great job. Just make sure you understand the use of each channel. If you post in both, I'm not going to complain, but Trade Floor is just mainly for like updates, posting and stuff. But if you post it there too, nobody's going to complain. We all love reading reviews, so if you post it twice, it's not a problem at all. But Trade Results is the main channel, of course, for those. Trade Floor, again, just like updates, talking, discussing, whatever. And then, of course, we have an entire off-topic discussion as a category as well. So if you ever have anything off-topic to talk about, please take it in there. Charts by members. This is for anybody to post charts anywhere at any time. You know, if you want to come in here and post a chart on the daily time frame or a chart on the 1 minute time frame, have at it. All yours. Use the channels for what they're for, though. Make sure you read what the channel is called. It's pretty self-explanatory. But have at it, man. It's your community. It's your chat. It's your playground. Have at it. Got it. No problem, King Carnage. Thank you for using the channels, too, man. Seriously, I want to make that like as active as I possibly can, because it's crazy. Like, you'll see that chat, it'll be dead when the market's not moving. As soon as the market's open, everyone's dropping pre-market plans, trade plans, levels, updates, what they're looking at. And you can always rely on me and a few of my friends to post every single day, every single week. But it's awesome going into that trade floor and seeing just a collective few of people go in there and just post all kinds of awesome trade plans, levels, updates on whatever they're looking at. You go in there right now, you'll see people talking about Tesla, Amazon. You'll see people talking about ABBV. You go in there, you'll see a bunch of tickers, really. But really nice to see. And you'll notice a lot of the people in the Discord, too, are all calling out essentially the same kind of stuff. Again, most of them are calling from the same structure of levels or structure of how they're calling out their trades or trade entries, trade exits, whatever it is. It's all pretty much the same structure because we're all working on the same thing. Price action, price structure, price history, supply demand. These are all things that we focus on every single day, every single week. So it's awesome whenever you yourself are looking at something and go, you know what, I like that this supply is turning into demand. I'm going to grab a call. Here's my target. And then you go into chat after finishing your trade and you're like, oh, wow, 3 other people were taking this exact same trade and they did the exact same thing as me. This is awesome. It gives you more confirmation that what you did was good, that what you did was right, that what you did had good probability. Holy ABBV, 165%. Daffy, you're insane. AMD rejected, pulled away. Microsoft slowed down after that recent high of day. Alright guys, I'm not saying this is high of day, again just reiterating. We talked about that when we reached over here, saying we might be close to high of day as you get closer to this area. Here again, struggling. So unless we can see a push over 444 and 444.30s and a holdover, you might be seeing close to where high of day is between where we are now and where this range is. So somewhere between here, you're probably seeing high of day, unless you see a push over, a hold over this. Any kind of push or hold over this is going to be great for bulls to continue higher to get to the higher part of the range of these past few days. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If we do get up to this, look for potential seller signals. You might not get one that just sends you straight down. You might have to wait for a few. You might not even get a big reversal. They might just get up here, struggle, and then finish flat. So keep that in mind too. They don't have to reverse just because they went up. But I think I am going to end the stream there. I do appreciate everybody for being in here, dropping updates, talking about the sectors, talking about the weights of the sectors, the weights of the S&P 500. Thank you guys again. I would love for you guys to go back through and check out a lot of today's information, quizzes, questions that we talked about. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Feel free to tune into the Discord. I'll send it an invite right now because I saw a couple of you saying that the invite was not working. So here's a new invite. If you guys are not part of the Discord, join it. It's free. You don't have to pay anything to be in there talking to people. If you want to get a membership, that's cool too, but you don't have to. But go in there, drop some updates, follow some updates. Tons of people going in there working together, and it's really awesome just seeing a bunch of members kick ass. But again, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Try to trade light. We do have FOMC end of day today, so watch for volume to kind of get lower as we get closer to that volatility to increase. Thursday shouldn't be as bad, and then of course Friday we have full day Friday stream, so I'll be here for all of that. I will be here. Hopefully you guys will as well. I'll see you guys again, though. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the likes. Thank you guys for the comments, the updates, everything. Seriously, love you all. I will see you tomorrow.